Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceautostore.com, and today what I'd like to share with you is one of the engines that we have redone in one of our ground-up restorations. So this engine that you see here is out of a 73 Volkswagen Super Beetle, and when we received this engine it didn't look quite as nice as this or as clean, but what we started with, the client had replaced the engine block with a scat motor. So they got a scat short block, and then what they had done is taken all the parts off of their old tired engine and put it onto the scat motor. It wasn't running very well. It had quite a few oil leaks, so basically what we did is we checked the compression, and it was 150 psi on all 4 cylinders. So we knew it was a very strong motor. It has the scat heads with low clearance valve openings. But everything else cosmetically didn't look very good. And if you look at our website, you can see the engine as what we started with, as we took it apart and then redid it. So it's on our website, and it's the restoration is Sunny 73 Super Beetle. So getting back to this particular motor, basically what we did is we removed the exhaust system. This is the original Volkswagen exhaust system, and we had it sandblasted and ceramic coated. Now there's 2 different coating finishes that you can have, and this one is the aluminized look. It's almost like chrome but not quite. So we'll show you this exhaust, and we can just compare it to the engine just over here, where you can see this once again is the original German muffler, but it's a high polished ceramic coating. The other difference you'll notice is the tailpipes on this particular engine. We put these tapered tailpipes. They're a little bit larger and they have baffles inside, which I'll share with you a little bit later. I have one that I can show you a little bit closer. So just getting back to Sunny's motor, you can see this exhaust system has the original, what we refer to as the pea shooters, or the stock looking tailpipes, and we had them powder coated also. So these are powder coated with a high heat paint. So what we did is we basically disassembled the engine. The carburetor that Sunny had was the original carburetor. It was worn, and the pin and seat and so on. So we went with an aftermarket, good quality carburetor. We replaced the gasket. Also the fuel pump, it had a kind of like a made in China fuel pump. This one is a better grade fuel pump. The other upgrade we made, I don't know if you can catch it on the video, but the biggest improvement or upgrade you can make, in my opinion, on an air-cooled is the distributor assembly. This distributor assembly, it's made by Pertronics, and this series is referred to as the flamethrower. What this distributor does for us, in the air-cooled, we have the points, condenser, and rotor. This now becomes electronic. So now you don't have to worry about adjusting the points or setting the points or burning a condenser out. So this is now, the whole inside is now electronic. What we really like about these systems is it has the stock style vacuum advance. So you still have the vacuum advance hooking to the carburetor, which the air-cooled really prefer to have the vacuum advance on them. So what this does, it basically comes as a team. So when you upgrade your distributor and go electronic with Pertronics, they have a higher voltage ignition coil. So we have the flamethrower coil with higher amperage together with basically an upgraded or up-to-date electronic distributor assembly. So now you don't have points, it's now electronic. So those are 2 really big improvements, and we do this probably 9 of 10 engines that we do when we build ground-up restorations here at Last Chance Auto Store. And a couple other little things that we did. You'll notice this pulley along the bottom. There are different styles of pulleys. The stock pulley is a normal plate of tin basically that's pressed together. And now they've come up basically from there. A lot of people would upgrade them to a normal aluminum pulley, very lightweight, and they have the increments, the degrees on them, and that doesn't really serve a really big purpose. Now this is fairly new. We found a supplier. These are balanced pulleys, and they have some weight to them. So there's 2 different styles. They have a 3.5 pound pulley and a 5.5 pound pulley. Now, and they're fully balanced. So people would ask, why would you want more weight on this pulley? And how it was described to me, if you have your normal stock pulley on your air-cooled motor, imagine taking a plastic bag with one potato in it and spinning the potato. It has momentum, but it's the weight of that one potato in the bag which creates the force to rotate the engine. Now, if you take that same bag and you put 5 potatoes in it and you spin that bag, because of the weight, that's the additional weight that's balanced in that bag, there's more force. It's that exact same concept with this pulley. So we have tried 3.5 and 5.5 pound pulleys. It does make quite a difference. The engines seem to be happier. They seem to have a little more torque. So this particular pulley that we've added to Sonny's engine is a 5.5 pound balanced pulley. So it's, in the world of pulleys, that would be their best pulley in terms of giving you the most amount of torque. As we come along here, the other upgrade that we made is this oil filler here. The factory oil filler has the same fastener here. So you can see this little billet thing is the aftermarket part that threads or screws into your stock Volkswagen base. So this is obviously where you fill your oil, and then this is going to be coming up to the air cleaner when we have the air cleaner on this tube to reduce crankcase pressure. Now, I like this a little bit better. It's a little bit cleaner design. It looks a little bit neater, but the main purpose to have this is the older Volkswagen style. It has a tube and then a black case that surrounds it. Sorry to bounce around, but if we just go to this engine for a second. This is your stock base. So you have your tube coming up, you see where it's threaded in here, and you have your cap. What happens a lot of times over time as they get older is where on the back side of this tin it corrodes. And when it corrodes, it starts to leak from the back side, and you don't really see for a while where it's leaking from. So if you just look at this particular look comparing to back to Sonny's engine with this billet look, it's just a little bit cleaner look, but it does actually serve a purpose. And that's something that we really like to do here is we like to make upgrades, but only if it enhances the drivability or performance or longevity of the motor. So by doing something simple like this, it's not going to leak because you've got this newer style and you're not relying on an older piece of tin that might leak in behind. So it just gives a little bit cleaner look. Now, once we took the generator, we degreased all the components. We degreased and painted everything. So the alternator is now painted again. We took all of the tin, so the side cover tin, the dog house, the base, all of the black tin we sandblasted, even this front lower pulley behind here. We sandblasted all and had it high gloss powder coated. So it gives it a little bit nicer look or cleaner look. And then we obviously upgraded the spark plugs and spark plug wires to a Bosch wire set. We find they work quite a bit nicer than the no-name style. We have the little brackets going for the heater tube, so you'll actually get heat coming in through the engine as it rises up. These are the scat valve covers that came with this particular engine. We just basically cleaned them up, readjusted the valves, and new gaskets on there. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of visual. So basically what I'd like to do now is we'll start the engine, we'll let it idle for a bit, we'll rev it up a few times so you can hear the engine, and our client who lives quite a distance from us will actually hear the engine also. And then what we'd like to do is after this video is once you hear the sound with this stock exhaust and the stock tailpipes, we'll shoot another short video after this one, which will discuss and show you this exhaust pipe. So it's similar to, or actually it's the same one as this other engine over here. So this is the tapered exhaust pipe. It has a baffle built inside. I'm not sure if you can see in there, if you can catch that. So it has, looks like a fiberglass material on the inside with a baffle built in. Now, appearance-wise, it's not in your face, it's not offensive. When it's in the car behind the rear apron, you can see there's not that big of a difference, but it's subtle. It's a little bit larger pipe, but the sound is completely different. So what we'll do is, once we run this engine, you hear it run, we'll replace these stock pea shooter style, and we'll put these on, and then we'll shoot another video just so you can compare the sound of both of these engines. And the client can decide if she would like to have possibly these, which are stainless steel, or stay with the stock look. So that's something that's an option. So basically what I'll do now is we'll just start the engine, and you can hear what it sounds like. So we have a stock carburetor, same size as it was originally. So now I'll stop talking and we'll just hear the engine. Okay, so that's what the engine sounds like now, and then what we'll do is we'll do another short video once we change these tailpipes. So once again, I'm John Nizman from lastchanceautostore.com, and thank you for watching.